I think we should chat and tell them to put their
Yeah, I have told them. So if they want, they'll come online.
Sure.
Mariam, Isa, Sandra, Pinky, Rim, Patricia, Vivian, Hura, I can see you guys. You're online, but if you want to say something, because we haven't started, we have a little bit time.
Hi, my name is Mariam. I'm from Dubai. So this is my first time with you. So hopefully, I've been, with Illumination before. I attended a few sessions, but this is first time for me with you.
Online? Like, have you done online seminars and webinars before?
Go to the, the office in GLT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You come to the center directly. I see.
Sometimes back.
Yeah,
so, yeah. First time I attend the online session. So hopefully I will all enjoy it.
Right. I hope so. Because this topic has been a very interesting topic for me forever. Okay, no worries. If Isa, Patricia, Hura, no worries if you guys don't want to speak now, it's fine. Since we had some time, I thought if you wanted to introduce yourself. So the topic of dream is like so interesting because I had always been interested in dreams and dream interpretation, even though I have noticed that I don't remember much of my dreams. It's not that I don't dream. I mean, all of us, we dream throughout the night, but I guess it's something that we have to even train ourselves to learn to remember our dreams. It's called dream incubation. That is the first part of remembering the dream. And there would be nightmares or something that's very crazy happening, which probably you will remember, but there are so many subtle messages that the subconscious mind gives us in our dreams. If we could remember most of it, other than the bad ones or the nightmarish ones, we could use them in our daily lives, in our waking lives. Like many great authors and scientists, they have used their dreams and they have really made a great impact in the world at large because of their dreams. I guess I'll mute everyone now because someone's... Guys, all of you now, I'll just mute the audio of everyone so that there is no interference of audio.
Okay.
Who is there from Illuminations? Is it Camille? If you have the controls, can you mute everyone except me?
We can mute ourselves.
But people will keep coming. So if someone at the center they're controlling, it's better.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so let's begin the topic of dreams. And as I said, in our waking life, we do so many things throughout the day. Our body just function for the necessity to survive in the world when we are awake. And every hour we experience consciousness, as opposed to the long hours of unique unconsciousness when we are asleep. So what we don't realize is how much escapes our immediate attention in the awake world, but which becomes imprinted in the subconscious mind. Even though we are not aware, it's imprinted in our subconscious mind. And there are people and objects and various actions occurring that don't seem important at that time. Nevertheless, the mind has registered them and they are recorded in the brain. So we have feelings of anger, resentment, hostility, fear, anxiety that we hide from our outer world, and we even deny to ourselves. because we have learned to cope with things, you know, how we have learned coping mechanisms. But all of this is registered and imprinted in the subconscious mind, and that subconscious mind just becomes awake when we are asleep, and they come alive in our dreams. So night falls, and then we are all tired, and like we go to bed, the rhythm of our body changes. It's different when we are awake and when we are asleep. So the physical body needs to recuperate from the stress and the anxiety of the whole day. We go off to sleep thinking that we're going to have a refreshing, restful night, and we're going to wake up with a beautiful, refreshed tomorrow. And sometimes that do happens, and other times we have such terrible dreams in the night, it keeps us awake whole night possibly, and then we have a very bad morning. But most of the time, if you notice, as I was saying a while ago, we forget bits and pieces of those dreams. Sometimes we remember, but we remember also the bits and pieces. We don't remember all of it. Someone is still unmuted. Just a moment, okay, guys? I'm trying to unmute because I can hear the sound. Guys, whoever is coming now, joining us, kindly mute your microphone so that we don't have any interferences. So, okay, where was I? So those imprints, those experiences which go unnoticed by the conscious mind, they don't fade away from us. They stay in the subconscious mind, and the sleeper, like the person who is sleeping, is now embarked upon that in the state of dream. So I'm sure you all have noticed that in dreams we hold conversations without speaking, and we hear speeches without even our physical ears listening to them. We can be transported instantly to different places, great distances apart. We don't need any vehicle, we don't need aeroplane tickets or a car to drive us to anywhere. And we see ourselves in strange settings, doing strange things, or having strange things being done to us, and that's perfectly fine in our dream world. Whereas in our waking life, everything seems strange. If something strange happens, we really can't accept it. Whereas if you have noticed, in our dreams, we can accept a lot, accept things that is even beyond our comprehension. And if you have had any strange dreams like alien attacks or UFOs, abductions, you will be there feeling like you are part of the dream, and everything feels so natural, even though in real life you never had that experience. So this is like the main theme about how the waking life's unnoticed emotions gets imprinted in the subconscious, that reveals itself in metaphors, reveals itself in higher intensity and higher degree through our dream. So what is dream? A dream seems to be an ordinary event, and we all dream. Each and every one of us, we dream. If you ever think that you don't dream, it's because you don't remember your dreams. And there is no one who can say, I don't dream. And we need these dreams. It's a biological fact that everyone, we must dream in order to maintain our psychological equilibrium. In dream deprivation of experiments, they have done, and they have seen that in experiments where the people were deprived of dreams, it really affected their psyche, it really affected their waking life. So there have been loads and loads of research throughout centuries on dreams. I don't know if you guys have any understanding about the history of dream, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the history of how people used dreams throughout history for different purposes. So one thing, if you have noticed that even the story of Bible has references of dreams, how Joseph had the dream, how Mary had a dream, and how the story unfolds. And like every indigenous tribes, or the Native Americans, even the Aboriginals of Australia, they take dreams very seriously. For them, they travel in their dreams. They get attached, or they take the help of the spirits of the spirit world through their dreams to understand different medicines, which the knowledge of which they bring back and they use it in their waking life. So all of that has been happening throughout centuries, and people have known that the precognitive dreams, the prophecies through dreams, have really worked wonders. But there has been a moment in history where we lost all of this. Why did we lose all of this? We lost because mostly of this is an ancient art, right? So when people became modern, and the European mind, which was unaware of the what should I say, the power of the dreams, they made people understand that this doesn't have any basis at all. You just dream because you dreamt, you want something, as normal people would say. What would you say normally to someone who is coming and talking about their dream? Or just forget about it, it's just a dream, it's nothing important. So over the period of time, when we kept on going through this process, we undermined the value of dream. We just forgot that how important dreams were to us, until the 1900s, when Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, they brought together a lot of research, and they again reinforced the dream work, which was repressed through centuries, and people began to take dream work seriously. Why do you need to take dream work seriously? Why do you need to take your dreams seriously? As I was mentioning, unfolding that part of your psyche which is asleep, which is not in your conscious awareness. So by understanding your dreams, you can understand that part of your psyche, and you can incorporate things that you learn in your dream in your waking life to make those changes which are necessary. And like artists, writers, poets, they use dreams, the dreams they use into their artwork, into their writing. And you have heard about Mark Twain and Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer is the character of Mark Twain that he devised through a dream, and every story that unfolds is a story of the dream of Tom Sawyer. So every dream, if you could really take your dream seriously, you could write books, you could write stories, you could become an author overnight. And every dream has such a beautiful lesson behind it. I'll give you just an example of, I'll later ask you all to share your dreams, but right now I'm going to give you the example of this guy. His name was, just a moment, I'll just check him out a bit. Yeah, his name was Cornell Harold Dickinson. I'm sure many of you have heard about it. He dreamt about somewhere in the US there would be oil underground, and he followed his dream, and it is the biggest oil strike in history that he found because he followed his dream. You have heard about Joan of Arc, Lucretia de Leon, as I said, Winston Churchill. All of them have used their dream into their daily life, into their waking life, their dreams were prophetic. So there are different kinds of dreams. As I said, there are prophetic dreams which are which can really be helpful. So how would you know if your dreams are prophetic? How would you know if your dreams would really has a premonition or a precognitive notion behind it? There are so many people who have dreamt of things that's going to happen in the world, in at large, like in politics. What's going to happen? Who's going to die? There was a woman who had dreams about a political leader dying, he would die, but in her dream she had dreamt it before, exactly in the same way that leader had died later on. So dreams, at that moment when we are dreaming, it is said that our mind gets connected to the collective unconscious of the whole universe. So we are capable of, tapping into information, data, which is there. The information is always there, but you're capable to tap into it in that state of mind. So why not use those dreams that we dream every night? And some of those dreams can be really beneficial, not only to ourselves, but to the human population or to the world at large. So there, among you guys, I'm sure there could be some people who had such prophetic dreams, but you didn't take it seriously. Like Mark Twain, when he was young, he had dreamt of his brother who had gone for work as a as a worker in the ship, dying. I can hear someone breathing very heavily. Who is it? I hope it's not me. Just a moment, I'll just check someone's microphone is not muted and I can hear that person breathing. So while I'm talking, I can hear heavy breathing, and sometimes I'm not hearing myself, I'm hearing the breathing. Anyway, so as I was saying, Mark Twain, he dreamt of his brother dying, and he was a sleepwalker. He would walk while he is sleeping, and he went out from the house as if he's going to check his brother's dead body. And he spoke about his dream to his sister, and his sister said, "Don't worry, it's just a dream, forget about it." And in the next few days, he forgot about his dream, and his brother, who was in the ship, he was in the Navy. A few days later, his body was brought home, and he had really died in a storm at the ship. So there are dreams that come to you as a premonition, as these are the most important dreams, which if you can harvest those dreams, if you learn how to harvest those dreams, you can really make a difference to your life and to life of others. The next type of dream that is very important is it's called just a moment. The paranormal dreams. The paranormal dreams, if you have had, it is not about, we see ghosts, we see figures, dark figures in front of us, and we are scared in our dreams. But it is just a part of our shadow self that represents in the form of this creature or whatever it is. And that is what I'm talking about, that part of our psyche that's hidden from us, that comes in this form. And we have to also learn how to harvest those dreams so that we can understand our shadow self better. The next type of dream, which is I find it very interesting, is called lucid dreams. If you know what it is, lucid dreams are dreams where in your dream, you're aware that you're dreaming. You're not awake, but you're just aware in your dream that you're dreaming. And because of that awareness, you can shift the course of the dream. I have had few experiences of lucid dreaming, which I'll talk about also. And this really shifted the course of my life. the dream itself. I'll give you the example of a dream which I had a few years ago. I dreamt that I was sleeping in my bedroom. I saw myself alone sleeping in the bedroom, and I saw there were two robbers who came into my house, and just for the sake, I mean, they were trying to rob, but I was asleep, and one of the robbers, I could see from my eyes, held a gun at me, and when I looked at him, he stared at me, and he shot me. I died in my dream. And the best thing that happened is that after I died, I didn't have any fear of death. I didn't cry. I didn't feel, oh, what's happening to me? I'm dying. Poor me. I saw myself. I had a complete different understanding of life and death while I was dreaming. I saw this act of this person as a necessity. You know, he came to liberate me, and I felt gratitude for this person who has killed me instead of trying to notch his head off. That stayed with me for a long time, and I have thought about it many times. When I learned this course where I became the teacher of dream work, I had also used the techniques I have learned to interpret dreams, and I have interpreted this dream through it. And yeah, I'm going to come, Maitha, I'm going to come to personal your dreams. I'm going to come to that. I'm going to give you all an exercise also, so that you can apply your dream in that exercise and make your own meaning. Because every dreamer, the dream has a unique meaning to you. Even though I can interpret that dream as how I see it, but it's only going to make meaning to you to how you interpret it. So you need to know how to interpret your own dreams. I can just guide you, but you will be able to, through the guidance, uncode the secret messages behind your dreams. So in that dream, after after learning after applying the techniques, I have seen that these kind of dreams are called initiation dreams, where you are initiated into a different course of life. Death in dreams means, what should I say? Death in dreams means coming out of something old and going into something new. Death in dreams means a different relationship that you can have. If you see someone has died in your dream, it's most possibly that the old relationship or the old dynamics of the relationship that you had with that person is going to be over, and that something new is going to come up. It doesn't mean the death of that person is going to happen always. So there are a lot of meanings, the subtle meanings and the latent meanings, both are different in dreams. Dreams are mostly metaphorical. And the best thing is, everything, every character in your dream, every object in your dream is you, is a part of your psyche. So when you interpret your dream, you will be seeing every character as you. So what does, if your brother comes into your dream, it's not your real brother who's in your dream. It's what your brother represents to you, is that part of your psyche. Emotionally, what does he represent to you? Are you in a good term with him, or you're not in a good term with him? If you're in a good term with him, what does he make you feel? It makes me feel happy. So that part of your consciousness, part of your psyche that is happy, is represented by the image of your brother. So your brother is actually not the brother in the dream, is your psyche of happiness, your consciousness of happiness. So dream interpretation is completely different than the real message behind the dream is completely different than what it appears to naked eyes. So apart from this, what I was trying to tell you was, I'm going to hold this workshop sometime in June, where I'm going to teach you different methods. Like, not only are you going to learn what dream metaphors mean, what are the different techniques You're going to learn 5 different techniques through which you're going to be able to interpret the dreams of yours and of others. If you're going to be able to hold dream groups where you can have different people share their dream, and at the same time you can help them interpret their dreams, so that the community of dream workers can grow, and in the long run we can help each other with this knowledge of dream, so that we can apply that in our daily life. And as I said, with all your dreams, if you collect them and if you really understand the deeper meaning behind them, and process them in a way that you can transfer that meaning into your waking life, you can change the course of life. For me, ever since that dream of me dying in my dream, I have noticed that I'm not afraid of death anymore. I mean, my relationship with death has completely changed since that dream. So I'm going to just open up. I have spoken for nearly half an hour, and please, this is the part that I hate most. So I'm going to now open up your microphones, and I'm going to ask you guys to talk and say if there is anything that you'd like to say from here. So please go ahead, guys. If you want to say something about yourself, about what I said until now, please unmute yourself and say.
Hello, Soumya. I have a quick
Yes.
question to your dreams. How can we divide between the one which are related to you and one which are related to collective unconsciousness? So because
who is
like
speaking,
people,
please?
Bogdana.
Just a moment. I don't see you. Where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bogdana.
Hello.
Yeah, Bogdana.
Yes. So because when we are in the stage, so I use the dreams as a journeys, right? So it's a trip, and if you can let the energy flow through you, you are receiving lots of messages. So it's your related private life, individual life, but then of the collective unconsciousness. How
Right.
or what are the tools that you can differentiate it, and then you don't actually take the dreams which belongs to the collectiveness and put it into your life, because not everything is related to you. So if you are receiving messages, so they are not always
in
for
your dream,
yourself.
you are there, right? You are also a character in your dream.
Yes, but sometimes you are not. So when you were speaking, for example, like about a politician being, like killed in some stage, and someone dreams about it, this belongs to the collective.
That is that person observing, right? She is not present in that dream.
Yes.
If you are not present in the dream, you're an observer to something, then you're going to interpret it. How does that affect you? This what you have observed. How does that affect you? Get that message to you. Now, if you are a part of the dream, of course, this is going to be your take from the dream, your personal take.
I see. Okay.
So someone has a music on. Who is this?
It's me. So because I'm sitting in the garden, so I will mute myself. I'm so sorry, but I cannot switch it off because it's in the whole garden. So I will mute myself. That was my question. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Anyone else?
Hello.
Who is this?
Hello, Mustafa. I'm Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Yes. There is a question that our unconscious mind, or super, or sub, or any higher self, he is connected to our future. He is taking the matters and the circumstances and many things from the future. Mean like this: when a man see himself in a business, or he is dying, or illness, or anything, or any king or any person is dying, this is mean that the unconscious mind taking the future from the universe, or from any source that Muslims and Buddhism and Sikhism also they have the beliefs. But in the scientifically, or subconscious mind or unconscious mind taking the future in dreams, like astral projection,
Yeah.
Dream and astral projection, astral projection is taking the future and in alpha or theta state, And in the
Yeah,
dream,
so
in
what
this,
is the future? Future is just one of those million possibilities that can happen, right? Or that has not yet happened. And one of those possibilities, if you can tap into that frequency, you are reading it. We are tapping a frequency and we are reading it according to our perception, our own perception. Like we humans, we perceive things in a certain way. We cannot tap frequency and read directly frequency. We cannot read frequency of color as just frequency. We see them, we see colors. We have a different way of interpreting that. So when you tap into the grid, into the grid of the collective unconscious, then you can interpret in your own way something that you are able to tap into, some frequency that you are tapping into. It's just one of those million possibilities that can happen.
yes, this means everything is written. Everything is written.
You mean
And the time,
you are
fate,
talking about
fate.
destiny? Are you?
Yes, everything is written. That there's many in Muslims, in Sikhism, there's in Singhs, muqaddar, like if you know.
Yeah, so you're talking
Muqaddar,
about destiny, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
The
so the
unconscious mind
destiny.
is taking the destiny, and the muqaddar are fate, like
Yeah,
taking
so
these messages from future.
exactly. So what is happening is you are just tapping into one of those destinies. That doesn't have to be. So if you have the access to that knowledge, then you can change the course of your life according to that.
Yes, okay, yes, okay. And there are many exercises
Yeah,
that
there
you
are
say
many
for using
techniques.
vivid.
Yeah, there are many techniques which the one of them that you're going to learn is the Ullman's method, the 5-star method. You're going to learn about Jung's template, how to interpret according to Carl Jung, how he taught. You're going to learn those like 5 techniques of interpreting your dreams, and you're going to learn how to differentiate between a dream, a normal dream, and a dream. So, which is very important because not all dreams are prophetic, but dreams have a latent message. We all get the message, but not, we can't, okay, I'm dying, I died in my dream. I can't take that as a prophetic dream that I'm going to die and a robber is going to come and kill me, right? I'm going to take the latent message. So how to differentiate between a prophetic dream and a normal dream, that is also you're going to learn in the curriculum, in the course.
Yes, there is a technique for the
Meaning
meaning.
is different. Apart
A
from
person
meaning,
to mean.
apart from the meaning, meanings also you're going to learn. Apart from the meanings, it's the understanding which dream you're going to treat as prophetic and which dream you're not going to treat as prophetic.
Yes, you can give us the meaning that a man not to need any person, any scholar, any muabbir to go and ask from this person. A man can to mean and can to answer his dream. Can to answer, can to know his dream. What is the meaning of dream? Can you give us anything?
I'm going to give you a short exercise afterwards where you're going to, if you have a dream in your mind, you're going to use that exercise to interpret your own dream.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Anyone else?
Hi, Sir Mistra. Can you hear me? This is Huri.
Hi, yeah, Huri. I'm just trying
Huri.
to find out where you are.
Yeah, Huri,
Huri, I got you. Yeah.
Thank you. This is such an amazing topic. I wanted to ask you, so 2 years ago, my father passed away when I was pregnant. And since then, I'm the only one who dreams of him, and very vividly and very often. No one in my family has ever seen him in their dreams. I saw a hypnotherapist and she said, you know, he's still like around you and he's very connected to you. So I just want to know, like, is it possible that some people have a sort of like divine connection to dreams when others don't? Like last night, sorry, I don't want to make it very personal, but just giving an example, I had trouble with my toddler's sleep. So he was awake for 4 hours, screaming and shouting, has always had problems with sleep. And then once he fell asleep, he was laughing so hard, like just laughing. Like he went from complete crying to just laughing. And I know they say it means he's dreaming of angels. So I don't know. I don't know if I sound a bit very magical, but is that something like, can you be so connected to this divine energy more than other people?
Definitely. So what happens is that some people are more connected because you have that person's imprint more inside your subconscious mind. So whatever your dad meant to you in your mind, whatever he meant to you, and what place he had in your life, probably it's not the same with the other siblings or other relatives that you have who don't dream of him.
Mm-hmm.
So he represents something. So when I have had a client who I helped interpreting the dream before. She had this dream of a scary creature coming to her every night whenever she used to have the nightmare, and she would freeze completely. Like this creature would be in front of her, like in front of her feet while she was sleeping, and she would stare and see that creature, and she would freeze and she would go into panic
it's like sleep paralysis
because it was so scary. Yeah. And then when we did the session with her, we figured out that it's her understanding of the evil of the shadow that was created by her grandfather, because in the dream she saw that her grandfather would be carrying the body of the one of the saints, like one of the saints according to the religion that she followed, was carrying the dead body of that saint, which was a sacrilege because you're not supposed to unearth the body and carry it. And she was hiding somewhere and seeing this ceremony taking place, which is a dark ceremony, and she's seeing that. And in her dream, she would see that darkness, coming and kind of engulfing her. So this dream, how much ever this meant to her, this she suffered for so many years of her life, was actually her interpretation. She was a child when her father and mother separated, and her grandfather's illness was the reason for the separation. And she wouldn't find her mother at all in her life, always taking care of her father, never present in their life. And the father would be suffering, marriage would suffer, the family would suffer, the children would suffer. But for the mother, her more important, her priority in life was taking care of her father and her parents. So her father is the villain to this little child. She was growing up in that. So in the child's mind, this became the interpretation of this story of her life came in this form, which later haunted her all her life until like she understood the meaning of it. So sometimes dreams can have the latent meaning of the dream is completely different than how it appears to you. So it's important. That's why I said it's very important for every one of us to understand what is the dream that we're having. It's just like getting afraid or being excited about it doesn't make any difference unless we really understand the latent content, the latent matter of the dream. Does that answer your question?
Especially. Yeah, 100%, and especially if there's anyone here who has lost someone, like lost a loved one, just out of my experience, I wanted to share that so many of these dreams as well, I would things would happen that I actually wanted to happen in real life. So my father was sick and he couldn't, eat everything he wanted. So in my dream, I would be making salads for him, be eating healthy food. Yeah. So it's like everything I ever wanted would actually happen there,
Yeah. So Hura, what is happening is your this might be a bit personal, but since you opened it up, I hope you don't mind me talking about it.
No worries.
Okay, so it's about your guilt here, okay, which is playing a lot of role in your dreams. And you kind of, if you really take your time and see you acting in your dream the way you are, you would have wanted to help him, wanted to be by his side, which you could not in your waking life. And that guilt is bringing him back in your dream every time, so that giving you opportunity to do the things that you couldn't do in your waking life.
Yeah, it's true, 100%. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Then we'll go into the exercise if there is no more questions, because it'll take some time. Yeah, Eva.
Sorry, just a quick one, because I have this dream since childhood, and recently a friend of mine was sharing with me, and she actually mentioned, and it was almost identical, so I thought that maybe some other people dreaming of something similar. So that's usually of a picture of flying, and sometimes it's just feeling that heaviness, and somebody is chasing you and trying to pull you down. And sometimes it's actually quite pleasant. It's just flying and just observing. Nobody can see you, and you can be up there and just looking at other people not being seen. So it's kind of that emotion of flying, but sometimes it's escaping from something, and sometimes it's just being an observer.
So what does flying mean to you?
Freedom, I guess. But sometimes it's this kind of chasing person is.
Yeah. So Eva, here the dream perhaps means it speaks to you things that you can't do in real life, like your feeling of stuckness in your real life, and in your dream is your way to find that freedom, to fly away from all of that. And the fear that someone or something is going to hold you back and keep you stuck comes back during the dream. And at the same time, sometimes you're unnoticed. You see that you're flying, but no one is noticing you. So there is a fear that someone or something will hold you back from achieving what you want to achieve, whether it's freedom, whether it's success, or whatever it is. Whatever that means to you, there is a fear that someone will hold you back. And when you're flying, you said in your dream, you see yourself unnoticed, like no one's watching me. So this no one's watching me means that's a metaphor of only being free when there is no one with you. So just try to understand this by putting it into your real life, into your waking life, and see if it makes sense.
Well, I think it does. Thank you.
We are going to do this exercise also. I'm going to give you an exercise, which you're going to follow the interpretation of dreams according to what comes up in the exercise. It'll be your own interpretation of your own dream. Cool?
Yeah, good.
So everyone, I want you guys to have a pen and a paper so that you can write down the things I'm going to ask you to write. So it's called the short form of dream report. Patricia, are you still there? You said you have some dreams which come true.
Hi, yes.
Yeah, Patricia. Is there something that you would like to say before I begin?
Well, I just said, just a lot of dreams that and sometimes it's silly things and sometimes they're like important events. I dream and then they end up happening. It always happens with people close to me, friends or family members, that I dream that they're pregnant and then it happens. Yeah. And it never fails, like it always happens.
Yeah. So you see like people conceiving before they conceive, right?
Yes.
And how does that affect you? Your dreams, does that affect you in any way?
Well, in the case where I don't know, I've never thought about it, to be fair. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say that it affects, that those dreams of things happening, particularly with pregnancies, that they have an effect on me. I don't think they don't affect me negatively. Mm-hmm.
Or positively?
Maybe positively. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, because every dream that happens, what do you do with that dream? When you have that dream, do you convey that message to your friends, or what do you do with it?
Well, sometimes I don't, and then things will happen, and then I'm like, actually, I had a dream. Because I think it's a bit of a sensitive topic, and
so you keep it to yourself
until it happens, and I say,
yeah, of course,
okay.
yeah, you keep it to yourself until it comes true.
Yeah.
So, and in those dreams, where are you? Are you a participant? Are you a spectator? Or what are you in the dreams?
Yeah, no, I'm a spectator. I'm not necessarily involved in it.
So how do you see? I mean, you are an
I'm there,
observer.
like I just see someone else and it happens.
Yeah, but just try and figure out if you are interacting with those characters in your dream.
Sometimes, yeah, I'm interacting with them, but the dream is about them.
Yeah, the dream is about them. So there is something. I mean, it's see, precognitive or prophecy in dreams. It's good because you are able to see the future of others, right? So here, what you have to develop is how is it connected to you? How can you apply that for yourself also? Because if you could apply that for yourself, you could have an understanding of your future too. Here, with this knowledge, you are unsure whether it's going to happen or not, and you can't go and tell them because it's sensitive. And if it doesn't happen tomorrow, then maybe you will feel that, oh, like they will not consider me anymore later on. They will think they'll not give importance to my words anymore later on. But whatever the case, you have this special, I would say, connection to the matrix, to the grid, where you can have information of others. I would like you to understand this even better so that you can use this faculty of yours to use it for yourself and have the same connection with your own self. Because here you are disconnected from yourself, but you're connected with others. And especially you're saying it's about conception and birth, not like birth and conception of others. And birth and conception, if you take it metaphorically, it could be also growth and development, right? So if you can channel that same energy where you can use it for yourself, there are different techniques to learn that. And as I said, there is a technique to learn which dream is a prophecy and which is just not a normal dream. If you learn that, then you will be more sure that, okay, I can go and tell about this to my friend. Maybe these are the symptoms in my dream, or these are the symbols in my dream, which makes it more prone to be a prophecy.
Okay, thank you.
This is a very few people have this connection. I mean, to the grid. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, and you said it happens to you very often. So it's a very good thing that you have. You need to just develop it more, nurture it more. It's a very good connection that you already have.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So let's begin the exercise. If all of you have the pen and the paper, you're going to just write about the dream setting, whether it's day or night. Where were you, in the outside or in the inside? If it was outside, what was the place? If it was the inside, where were you? In the house? In the house, if in the house, which was the room that you were in? So just write the settings, about the settings first.
Done.
Okay, and next you're going to write about the actions in the dream. What was happening? How many characters were there? Was the name of the characters known, unknown? And if you remember any objects in the dream, also mention the objects. Like if there was a tree, fish, river, garden, bed, sofa, whatever was there in your dream, write about the objects. And as I said, the action, who is doing what to whom, write that down. And then you're going to write your thoughts and emotions in dream. So while dreaming, if you remember, what were the thoughts and emotions that you were having while the action was taking place? And your thoughts and emotions on waking up. When you woke up, you remembered the dream. What was the thought and emotion that came when you woke up? Was there sadness? Was there anger? Was there tiredness, frustration? Whatever you remember on waking up, write that down. And now about the lucidity. So was the dream lucid? Were you aware in your dream that you're dreaming? Or was there some kind of lucidity? Total lucidity or not lucid at all? Or did you become lucid after waking up? Now, if you have all of that done ready, so I'll just go over it once again. The setting, the characters, the objects, actions, thoughts and emotions in the dream, thoughts and emotions on waking up, whether it was lucid or not. And now give a title to your dream. Now take a few moments to write a report on your dream. With all the details that you have now, write a report of your dream.
Hi,
Who is this?
I'm Pinky here.
Hi, Pinky.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what do we write in the report? Like we write the whole dream, or we
Yeah, just write about your dream with the understanding that you have about the action, the emotion during the dream, the characters. All the characters in your dream is you. Whoever is there, it doesn't matter in whichever shape and form, but they represent your part of your own psyche, your own unconscious mind. Objects, if you see a sofa, if you see a tree, if you see a snake, all of those are you too. So who is saying what to whom and feeling what is actually Pinky saying that to herself and feeling that.
Okay.
So try to write the dream report based on this understanding and see what comes out of it. The latent meaning will now come out of it. Once you have more or less some idea of the report that you have written, now try to associate that with your waking life. And anyone who has already done it, if you want to share what you found out, perhaps it could be something new, a new understanding, or it could be just the same one, just got a little bit, validated or intensified. Whatever it is, if you would like to share. This is the most simple method to interpret your own dreams. Would you like to share, Sandra?
Hello, Sarmitra, how are you?
I'm good, Sandra. Would you like to share?
Yes, I'll take a shot at it. So I usually forget my dreams. It's very rare that I remember. I only remember the feelings after them. But there's this one reoccurring dream where I'm in a car and I'm driving uphill, but there's no brakes. So I'm unable to stop it. It's usually during nighttime. It's in an abandoned hill and there's like like you're going up a hill literally with no brakes on, and it's dark and there's only moonlight, but there's trees all around. So I think in the dream I'm alone. It's just me. I guess darkness would be representative of being uncertain, not knowing what's there. The feeling I get is being scared. Like it's reached a point where once I get into the dream, I understand I'm going into that same dream, so I wake myself up.
Okay.
So I guess maybe having no brakes can symbolize not having control. Darkness is something I'm not comfortable with in my life in general. So
okay, yeah. So it comes whenever things are out of control. The metaphor that comes is darkness.
Yes. So I guess when I'm not sure or uncertain of what's in my future, I would fall into that dream. That's how I interpreted it.
And do you notice that the times like when you have the dream, in the waking life there is some kind of uncertainty going on?
I never stopped to overthink it, because I have a lot of dreams that I don't remember, but this one is the one that keeps coming back. So I remember.
So that means the uncertainty or whatever. What happens if there is no brake in that car? What will happen, Sandra?
It'll just keep going, and I'm trying to stop it, but there's no control. I'm just in the car. And
yeah, so you're accelerating, and even like you're accelerating, right?
Yes.
And without any brake, you're accelerating. So what will happen in the end?
I will wake up. I never see the end of it.
No, but what will happen in the end? Driving a car uphill in the darkness without a brake, what can happen?
I'll probably get off the hill, get hurt.
Yeah, probably it will end in a bad way, right? So you wake up in the middle of the dream, you don't wait for the end to happen.
Right.
So what in life feels out of control? Take a note of that. You know that. What in life feels out of control? What you can't control in life? Take a note of that. If the car is you, if the car itself is you, which doesn't have a control, that has a different, that will have a different meaning. If you are the driver of the car, driving the car would be your life, that will have another meaning. So if take everything at a time. So I am the car, I don't have a control. What is it that I need to add? What is it that I need to control in me? Is it an emotion which I need to control? Is it something that I need to learn? What is it? Figure out, because it has to be something personal. So when we are doing like one-on-one sessions, it's easy because we can talk freely. But in a group setting, I'll just give you hints to think about. Okay, so think about those and see if you can relate to that in your own life.
Okay.
Okay. If you're the driver of your life, then what external factor seems out of control? There is an internal element and there is an external element also. Make note of that and try to see now, after the report, how in the waking life you can make the shifts and changes so that it doesn't have to be this way.
Okay.
When we have a recurring dream, it's important that we pay heed to the dream. We take notice of the dream, and because it's coming back to us over and over again, it's trying to tell us something.
And is there a reason we do not remember most of our other dreams? Is it a lack of awareness, or is it that they are
Yeah,
meaningless?
because we have a lot of dreams during the night, not only one. And
Mhm.
like we have to, as I said, modern civilization, not paying importance, not giving importance to dream, our mind has a way to forget things that we feel is not important, right? So with the awareness that dreams are now important to you, you will have to learn, we all have to learn again how to remember the dreams. So we have to learn how to journal our dreams, we have to learn how to incubate our dreams. Those are the things, again, I mean, in ancient civilizations, they already had that. They had that system. From childhood, every child would be set into doing that. So they would remember their dreams much more. They would pay attention to their dreams. They will take their dreams seriously, where we don't take our dreams seriously and we don't even want to remember them. So over the time, we have lost this power to remember our dreams. Some of us still do, but most of us don't. It is not difficult to again learn it, and it's just like learning it back again, something which we already knew, relearning it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else wants to share what they found, or it's all right if you don't want to also, but I would love to hear if you understood something today.
Sharmish, this is Kiran here.
Hi Kiran, how are you?
I'm good. So I want to share one the dream which I actually wrote down. It's kind of a room where I'm sleeping kind of on a bed, but I'm feeling a volcano is there on the ground in the room.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting off, and suddenly my one side of bed gets into a volcano kind of thing. So I'm just kind of scared at that time. So most of the time I had this dream, but now I'm not facing it because maybe before two years, but it was very often. So at that time, mainly the objects were kind of volcano and bed over there in the room. So overall, if I want to relate it, that's something. If volcano is me, I would say that there are some fire fire in me which is actually trying to get off kind of from the ground and come to the surface. So I have some feelings which I want to get off and come to the surface kind of thing. Secondly, when there is a broken bed due to that means my peace in my life is actually impacted because of that volcano kind of thing. So overall, restlessness in life is because of the hidden thing inside me, inside my mind, which actually wants to erupt
It is,
somehow.
yeah, and you're sleeping, so you're not able to rest because of it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Right? So try and understand, what does this volcano mean for you? Volcano, is it a metaphor for anger? Is it a metaphor for some kind of fire burning inside you? What is that? If you get to that understanding, then probably you will be able to take steps to resolve this in you.
I understand. Yeah. So I need to relate it to my own feelings and my own
So
real life.
what is a volcano to you? Like, how does it make you feel about, what is it about? A volcano, we know what is it in nature, but what does that metaphor mean? It is a metaphor.
Yeah.
It is not actually the volcano. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think see, if I would say it now, it would be like before 2-3 years I was in a place where I was not able to I was looking for a freedom out of that. So maybe the place where I was stuck kind of feeling, which actually wanted to, it wasn't peak, so I wanted to get
It
out of
wanted to erupt.
Yes. Yeah.
And then at the same time, this eruption, this need to erupt was not helping you to sleep, to rest, to have that peace of mind. So there is an internal conflict here. Internal conflict between a need to have that peace of mind, rest, and need to erupt.
Understood. Yeah, I think that relates a lot. And now, because I'm not in the same place, I have came out of that before 2 years itself. So I feel I never
You
saw,
didn't
saw
see
that
the
dream
dream
again,
again.
kind of thing.
So when you go
Yeah,
back to the same situation, probably it'll come back again.
maybe. Yeah.
No worries, just think about it, because dreams always have a latent message which is very powerful. Think about it. And then,
Shall we suggest one question about, because there are normal common dreams normally people feel, because when I saw such dreams I actually tried to Google it and kind of thing, and I got very relative information. So is it common to have common dreams overall? Because seeing a snake in the dreams and seeing yourself naked in the dream and feeling guilty about it, so that is one kind of other thing which I had before. So these kind of common actually dreams are there. So is there any such kind of thing that being human we have common connections, and because of that society thing? No?
Yeah, these could be sexual dreams, Kiran, which I can tell you only in private.
Okay, no problem. That's it. Okay, sure.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm closing today's session, guys, and thank you all for coming over. I'm Sharmishta. I work at Illuminations, and if you don't know yet, you can just get in touch with Illuminations if you need for any other help, one-to-one personal therapy, or just any seminar or workshop that I conduct. You can come and join. I would love to have you back in my workshops. All the best, all of you who are fasting. Happy Iftar and good night.
Thank you.